everyone, what's up? It's Rena here. I'm going to be doing a makeup tutorial today. I've never really attempted to do one with like talking like this. I usually always do like a voiceover, but today I decided I'm just gonna kind of do a makeup video where I'm talking and I'm teaching you how to do it. So let's get started. As you can see, I've already drawn in my eyebrow. So what I usually do is I'll go and I'll start from this point and then I'll draw in a line and then go ahead and fill it in. Those are some bushy eyebrows. Usually with when your eyebrows are so bold like this, I like to drop on a lot of color onto my eyebrows, and then I'll go in with a spoolie brush, and this is a spoolie brush. I'll go in with the do you see all that lipstick? I'll go in with a spoolie brush and I'll go ahead and I'll blend this out. Do you see the blending that I'm doing? I'll blend it out. Do you see how much softer it got from this one to this one just with the spoolie brush? It just got from my brows. So as you can see, my brows are nice and full, but they're not harsh and vivid. You know, sometimes when there's like too harsh of a line, it doesn't look so natural, and then it will look more too done up versus natural and full. So do you see? Now I'm going to go ahead and use Painterly Paint Pot by MAC in Painterly, and I use this as my eyeshadow primer. As you know, a lot of other YouTube girls use this as an eyeshadow primer. It's actually really good because it's very blendable and you can blend a lot of your eyeshadows with this. I use the Lorac Pro palette, and this is the Lorac Pro 2. The colors in here are pretty good. They're pretty amazing, but there's just a bunch of mattes and neutrals. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to use a brush. And we're going to chisel a line out. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use a blending brush, and I'm going to go ahead and blend that blue into my crease. So what you do is you first add the color and then you just kind of blend out. So I basically want the blue, that nice deep blue, to be the center point of my eyes. So I'm going to go ahead and go in on the lid with something more metallic. So I'm going to go ahead and use this Rose 2 palette. And I'm going to dab it, and then I'm going to take it and I'm going to pat it onto the eyes. So I'm going to do a patting motion, just like that. Now if you look at your eyelids, you're going to see a line between the gold and the blue eyeshadow. You don't want that line. Sometimes it's nice to have that line if you're doing a cut crease, but most of the time I don't like to have that line. I usually like to give it a smoky look, and I like to blend that line out. So I'm going to go with the blending brush, and I'm going to like focus on that line and lightly brush that line out. Just lightly. Lightly brush it out. There you go. Just lightly. So there's still a line, but not as harsh, not as much as this one. The navy, and maybe add some navy again, just to the corner. If you ever need to deepen up the color in the crease, just only add it to the corner, because the corner should always be the darkest. So we're going to extend it, and then we're going to bring it in as much as we can. There you go. See the even eyeliner. It's never gonna happen. You could go ahead and try to get even eyeliner, and trust me, it's just never gonna happen because we're not as coordinated as we like to be. Do you get what I'm saying? You get what? Ready? Lash going. No, wait, you gotta count first. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. Get it really close to that lash line. Pull the inner corner first this way, so then it kind of positions that way. So I put it on and I let the middle grasp real quick, and I'll pull this way, like pull, but like pressing, but pull, and then I'll go ahead and do the same thing to the other side. I will pull, but press. I think what gets some girls is like they'll try to press the eyelashes on, and it doesn't work like that. Basically what you're doing is you're kind of pressing, and then you're kind of pulling at the same time. And it just positions them right and gets them into like the perfect place, you know? I'm gonna move on to the face, and I'm gonna start off with the primer. This is the Makeup Forever Professional HD Primer. I'm going to go ahead and put that all over my face. And then I'm going to take my L'Oreal True Match, and I'm going to go ahead and apply this into my face. This is just going to be a nice little kind of light coverage layer, because I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of a contour on my face. So when I'm going to do contour, I always just put like a light wash of foundation on my face, just like as a base for the contour. I noticed that if I put too much foundation on and then I go ahead and contour, well, anybody, you contour, it's just going to be too much product on your face, and you're going to get that cakey effect. I'm sure you guys have all heard Michelle Phan use her infamous less is more, but honestly, it all depends on the person, what you want to do. Some people like it more, some people like it cakey, some people like it normal. I'm one of those people who like it anyway. If you've noticed that they'll always buy some type of foundation that's much more lighter for their face, right? Much more tan. So the fair girls always buy foundation that's much more tanner for their face. And a girl who's tan like me, I'll buy a shade that's a little bit lighter, because I know I'm going to bronze and I know I'm going to contour, and that's going to warm up my face and darken my face. So if my foundation is too dark, then the contour is going to be too dark. So if you are a tan skin, I would always recommend you to go one shade lighter on the foundation. If you're going to be contouring and you're going to be doing all the bronzing and stuff like that, it just gives them a better effect. It gives a more 3D nicer effect. But if you go dark and dark and dark, and towards the day, you'll just see like you just have like one, like really, like you'll be like 3 or 4 shades darker than your original skin color. To contouring, so I'm gonna use these LA Girl Pro concealers. Now these concealers, they're really good, as you've heard so many beauty gurus talk about it. But what's crazy about these is you have to be very careful on how you use these, because if you put too much on, you're looking at a straight up disaster. Okay? And I have been through that disaster, and it's not fun. Fixing that type of disaster when you put too much contour on is a very not so fun feeling. Brush, a blending brush, okay? And you're gonna blend everything out. What I like to do is I like to blend into the contour. I like to blend the highlight into the contour. Do you see how I'm doing that? Now I'm going to go in with my MAC Dark Deep Mineralized Powder. This is the fun part. This is why you want to keep your foundation pretty light. You're going to go ahead and tap that in, and then you're going to smoke that in Be very light. Like, you see how far I'm holding it? You're gonna smoke that in there. Okay. And go with Night Moth. Gonna line my lips. Then I'm gonna go ahead and use Wet n Wild to vamp it up. I love this. I love this lipstick. It makes me feel so badass because it's so dark. It's so dark and vampire and sultry. This is basically the finished look. It's dark, it's vampy, it just made me feel real edgy. So if I was to do a grunge look, this would be my version of grunge makeup. It's more of a, I feel like it's more of a glam grunge look. So hopefully you like it, and honestly, I just want to let you guys know that I really enjoy doing these videos for you guys, and I really love it. And thank you so much for watching. Take the time to subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you again next week. Bye.